Hey.
People play too much. That made me start sweating. Somebody called me on IG
Oh,
and
we
kicked us
saw.
off, and all the footage is gone. But
Oh.
whoever got it needed to get it, so I'm gonna have to have y'all back again real soon because it's so juicy.
Sounds
and
good.
what that also tells me is that creator said whoever needed to hear it heard it, and so I'm gonna have y'all back.
Right.
However, it's gonna have to be an earlier day because I want y'all back so soon because this conversation was hot. So look at your schedule for Tuesday of next week.
Okay.
And let me know if that works. Look, that done made me sweat.
We'll be in Austin, but that's the beauty of
We'll
being
be
able to do virtual.
Right.
Exactly.
So we'll work it out.
You guys back because that information, all that amazing content, but whoever needed to have it.
Right. Absolutely.
They just kicked me off, so that's okay. We're not even gonna trip about it.
Right.
Because the conversation is so hot that y'all got me over here premenopause. Look, I had to put the fan up. And so they said the spiritual movie was good. So what we gonna do? Because I'm like, I always say this, but not no puffy party. I thought I told you that we won't stop. We won't be stopped. God told me to put the lives on. That God said when I set the tone to do it IG live, because I was like, God, I don't want to do it live. God said, no, go live.
Absolutely.
And do it on IG.
Absolutely.
Don't do it on another platform yet. When it's time for you to move it to another platform, I will. And I kid you not, for the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've had to bring people back because we keep getting kicked out. And I'm like, God, is it time for me to move yet? God said, not yet.
Not yet.
So you keep going despite, because whoever needed to hear it heard.
They got it.
And if you bring them back, because I already told you, you're about to add more days. And let me tell y'all this, and you can't make this up. Went to Vegas. Was in Vegas a week. I think I've been back. I don't know how long I've been back. Maybe a week. I met 3 different people with network. I got a text yesterday. Let me read this out loud. Can't read it out loud. It's on the other phone. In the gist, the person met me in Vegas. I didn't want to go to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
I came up with every excuse in the world not to take that trip. And the day before I was supposed to get on the plane, I was calling the person who invited me to say I'm coming. And right when I was pushing the press on their number, I heard Spirit say, shh. So they answered the phone. And I said, hey. I said, oh, I was calling to tell y'all I wasn't coming to Vegas, but God told me to be quiet. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. And hung up the phone. When I got to Vegas, God placed so many amazing people in my life. This is something I didn't want to go to. I didn't want to be bothered with. God placed so many people in my life. I met so many amazing people. 3 of them have networks. Already got
networks of people.
Networks. 3.
Mm-hmm. 3.
And I've already been invited to be on somebody's network. They said, we can put your show on our network. And then the person standing there said, well, your network, the way you do it, is in competition to mine, and mine is organic, and I wanted to be on my network. And then the third person texted me yesterday and said a beautiful message about meeting me and me helping them to come out their shell, and they wanted me to know to keep going and keep doing what I'm doing. I remember them interviewing me while I was in Vegas, but I didn't know who they were. It was just what it was. I was having a good time. Right. The lady said, I'm coming out of my shell and I'm about to produce this is yesterday. 10 new music artists and 10 entrepreneurs that I want to promote and produce, and I want to know if you want to be a part of it.
God's will, God will.
3 did y'all hear me?
3 different networks.
I don't even get tripped up about when IG kicks me off.
Right.
Because I already know God has gone before me.
Right.
And already establishing multiple roads.
Right.
To bring this to a network.
Right.
I was invited. No, you can't make this up. In Vegas, I was invited. They had the Black Film Festival going on in Vegas when I was there, and I got an invitation there, but I already had some other obligations. So these people ain't playing. 2 are out of Cali, and 1 is out of New York. And they already...
Child, that's bi-coastal.
So when this keeps acting up, I know it's because we're bringing such great content, so powerful, that it's kicking us off left and right, because it's been happening for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Right.
So I know that this is now getting ready to go to where God has it going. It ain't about me.
Right.
And when I'm on the network, I'm going to have y'all back again and
Okay,
again and 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 again to where you're co-hosting. See, we don't let stuff stop us.
Right. We don't.
Because people need to see good, healthy relationships and need to comprehend that you're going to grow through some things in this relationship. And it's about the preparation and the birth of a new thing. And God is currently right now the creator, the universe, whoever you subscribe to. You can subscribe to these rabbits, I don't care. But what I'm saying is that there's so many new things being birthed in this season.
True
that
story.
It don't stop you when you get kicked off. And let me tell you why I know that person who just called me, and I'm about to prophesize right now. The person who just called me is somebody that I met years and years ago when I used to do fashion and sell clothes and personal styling and dressing. And that person has a podcast, and I know they calling me to be on their podcast, and he has not said that to me. He has not invited me to this. And I know that's why they was calling today. Watch God work.
Watch.
So the Fosters, I'm going to have you back.
We'll come back.
Tuesday. Same time at Tuesday, 7 p.m.
Same time Tuesday.
We got to check the schedule with the thing.
Yeah, we will.
Put it up. Look at y'all schedule. Make sure that's right, because I can adjust. I'm at the house.
Right.
I can adjust. And
we need to see what's going to be going on at this conference.
Right.
That's all. We may be a part of some kind of discussion there.
And I will adjust my time, because people need to see beautiful couples like y'all, and they need to see melanated couples like y'all, and they need to hear the truth, because time out for this stupid stuff that's going on.
There's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of stuff. And you
guys are doing some truth telling.
We're going to tell the truth.
And it's real, and it's raw, and I thought I went to the movies. I thought I was straight out of Mississippi. I went to go get some popcorn, and I realized I didn't get no popcorn. Mr. Foster and Mrs. Foster, my soul family, will you speak to us for just a moment before we shut this down about spirituality and relationship?
The work in a relationship begins with you. It begins with a whole you. It begins with a you who is intentional, who is walking in purpose, and who has began the process of healing. It is that. And so what I can say about our spiritual walk is the reason that we are still together, the reason that we love each other the way that we love, is because of our spiritual foundation. It is because we made a decision. And folks talk about being equally yoked and being somebody being on this level and somebody not being on this level. One of the beautiful things that happened with Bennie and myself is that we both individually gave each other the gift of freedom. Freedom to be who he is, who I am. And guess what? We just had this conversation the other day. I said, sir, what I noticed is that you and I change every single second. So I have to keep my heart open. And I just told him yesterday, day before yesterday, same thing that you said, which is a confirmation. I have no expectations of you. None. The expectation is for myself, to be myself, to be honest and true to myself. And then whatever it is that you decide to do, what you want to do, what you're saying about yourself or whatever, my heart is open. And I'm ready to grow and expand as you grow and expand, and I'm growing and expanding. Let's do it together, and that's what we've been doing.
I love it. Mr. Foster, your take.
I want to say, first of all, thank you for allowing us to come on your platform. Um, we have dealt with a lot of external social forces that try to impose. The first um, maybe 2 months, month or two, Lisa and I were so stuck like glue. We began to publicize our relationship on social media. And prior to me meeting her, someone had reached out to me, and the conversation got cut off or whatever on Facebook because I was trying to figure out who they were. They're like, we knew each other in high school, blah, blah, blah. And um, one day I get a text saying, you sure move fast. Anyway, I'll be in Atlanta this weekend. What are you doing? And I like, if you know I move fast, you know I'm in a relationship. Lisa and I had this cut and paste thing that we would send to people that tried to infringe our relationship. And I know you asked about spirituality in relationships, and I'm going to tell you that the caveat is friendship. Lisa and I were cultivating a friendship. We can go in Walmart, when Walmart used to be 24 hours, and walk and hold hands and laugh and giggle and sniggle. And when we got into a relationship, we then push out friendship. A lot of people put you in a friend zone when you not relationship material, and when you're in relationship material, they can't be friends. Well, it's like with Creator. Eventually, you get to a point to where you and the Creator are friends. It's not just this begging to this external God. You realize that that person is in you. And so part of our foundation was allowing each other to get in. She's in me. I don't even want to imagine what life would be like without this woman. Just like I can't imagine life without God. God is with me. God is in me. I have this affirmation. It is all in me. I am the tallest tree. I am the widest ocean. I am the deepest sea. I spread my wings wide as can be. From the end to the beginning, it is all in me. And it's about my vision and that God is in me. So I'm in her and she's in me. And that's what it truly means to become one, because we have spiritually grown together. Imagine me still going to a Baptist church and dragging her along, and she doesn't see God that way.
I don't.
We have to grow. She didn't force me to think like her. I didn't force her to think like her. But the spiritual component caused us to grow and evolve together because we have a friendship. And I don't want to be without my friend. She's my friend. That's more important to her being my wife. That's more important to her being my confidant. That's more important to her being my lover. My friendship that I have with her has evolved through our spirituality, through us being able to meditate together, through us understand the power of just a simple walk around the neighborhood and what that does for us spiritually, for us to know the signs and the symbols. And I saw a red bird today. Oh, you saw a red bird? I'm excited with her. Because I'm not saying, oh, you with that old red bird stuff. No, we grew together.
Right.
And so in your relationship, you cannot negate spirituality. You cannot negate growing together in what you believe, because that's when you are truly yoked together. You're unevenly yoked because of your mindset, not because who's bringing what to the table. It's about your mindset. And so this woman allowed my mind to grow. She allowed me to do things that nobody else allowed me to do. And I'm going to wrap up with this. I try not to be long because it's so much.
No, you got it.
Listen, we go through life so much being something to someone else that we rarely know how to be who we need to be for ourselves.
Say it again, please. Can you say that again?
We grow up being a child. We either a daughter or a son. We grow up being a brother or a sister. When we leave there, if we go to college, we got a roommate. We're a med student. All these different titles. We get married. I'm a husband. She's a wife. We have kids. She's a mother. I'm a father. And we have no idea who we are because all of these titles have made us something that no one gave us a blueprint on how to be. And so we get lost in the sauce until we realize we are the sauce.
That part.
Wow. She helps me understand, even though this love relationship has grown us, she helps me understand that I'm the sauce. She don't take that from me. She don't pull my coattail. She don't try to keep me in place and put a thumb on me or negate me or demean me or belittle me to make me think. There's this comedian we know named Big Kid in Atlanta. He talks about how his wife talks him down before he go out to the club and say, if anybody trying to talk to you after your show, they probably trying to rob you. And so he tells a story about how this woman was hitting on him. And she said, well, why don't you come outside after your show and we can talk? He said, you probably trying to rob me.
I know that's right.
And that's what some people will do, Allie. They will make you think that you're not enough, that you're not pretty enough, that you're not fine enough. I chased this woman around the house. We'll stop in the middle of working and turn on some music and dance in the middle of the floor at noontime. So I'm growing with her spiritually, and that has truly been the caveat that has built the bridge in our relationship that nothing can destroy.
I love it. Let me pause you for just a moment.
I'm done.
There's so many comments that when I can't even look at all these comments right now, but people are loving what you're saying. So it's a couple of things here. So, Lisa, I'm going to be vulnerable right now because this thing about relationship is so important, and the relationship itself is the most important relationship on the planet. Because people go out and they're trying to be all these things to all these people. I'm just kind of recapping, but saying it in my way, that they're nothing for themselves. You're constantly giving so much of yourself to other people that your cup is empty. And so I do this practice. I don't know why God said this. I always drink out of nice glasses. This is a chalice. Beautiful. With a mermaid.
That's a chalice.
With a mermaid. Because I'm royalty. My crown's I got a crown behind me somewhere. So I drink out of the chalice, and I started this practice a few months ago. It's been now, I think, December. I pour my chalice until my cup runneth over. And then if you practice this, that's the abundance. That you give from your abundance. You give from your overflow. You give from the extra. Because nobody on this planet is put here to fill you up.
Right.
You got to come full.
Right.
A relationship is not 50-50.
Right. It's 100.
I'm going to share this, and then Lisa, I want you to share something that I'm going to be vulnerable and let people in on something that you and I talked about a few months ago. Two things. When I was married, my husband and I were friends. And even though we are now we're in the process of not being married, we're still friends. So I remember one time, this guy lived in Germany. He went to the store. And one of my girlfriends in Germany ran into him at the store. So they came and said, you Allie's husband, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da. And I've been to your house and you cook for us and da-da-da. Because he was a chef. He was a chef at the Ramstein Air Base, executive chef. And da-da-da. And so he's trying to tell me about this person who stopped him at the store when he gets home. So finally, he says something. She worked with kids, or she do something. And I said, oh. I said, she tall and thick and dark like you like them. He said, what? I said, you like tall, dark, thick women, right? He said, girl, you crazy. I said, no, it's the truth. Just because we married, your eyes you didn't lose sight.
Right.
You like tall, dark, thick women. Look at me. That's what you like. He just laughed. He said, girl, you crazy. He said, but one thing I can say about us is the same thing that you're saying is it wasn't that check and make somebody feel like they so smothered and it can't live without them and smothering people from being who it is that they're supposed to be. I respect that about your relationship, and I respected that in my relationship. So this is a vulnerable, transparent moment. At the end of it, when Creator told me I got to go and come back to the U.S. and build the empire, and because where I was going, he didn't want to go. And if I stayed attached to that relationship, I wasn't going to grow and expand like I needed to. So I didn't want to let him go. This is real talk.
Yeah.
Because somebody need to hear this.
Yeah.
I didn't want to let him go.
Right.
I ain't even been married that long.
Right.
I lived in a whole other country and was living my best life, so I thought. I was gallivanting around the world. I published 2 books. I was doing what the hell I wanted to, having a great time. God said, you got to go. So I remember when it really came down to me leaving, like me saying, here's the date, I'm leaving. Mm-hmm. And I said this to my husband at the time. I said, I'm probably going to be single for a while. Because if someone can't at least meet what you've showed me and taught me in this relationship, I don't need to be in a relationship because you have been good to me.
That's honest.
And we were friends first. And so if they can't meet what it is that what you're doing, I'm going to be by myself. So I'm going to be very vulnerable because I came back to the United States on April 19th, 2021. And I had a couple of relations.
Not the ship.
But not the relationship. And I had to pull myself away from the relation without the relationship because I know, number one, I'm a goddamn queen. I'm a goddess. I deserve to be a kept woman and treated well because I already been there. I treat myself well. My husband treated me well. And then if the person can't come in and treat me like I treat me or better, you got to keep on scooting, scoot your moves, keep it moving. And in this part of being single and healing and in spirituality, it's important to keep your aura clean and your space clean because when that person come in, whether that be male or female, just like you said, Benny, in the beginning, before we got kicked out, I couldn't come to this woman who is my queen, my goddess, and be like, well, I have a situation. So I had a situationship, and I knew that we want to be back together. So everything you said you were speaking into my life is what I'm trying to tell you. Because that's what I was doing. Oh, I'm not married, but we're not going to be together. And he in another country and I'm over here. And I couldn't understand when this person was like, I can't do this. Oh. So sometimes the problem is us. It ain't the other person, it's us. So the transparent moment is when we are prepping and in a birthing position to something great, whether that's a relationship, a marriage, a friendship, a business, or new opportunities, there is some prep work that has to be done. And in that prep work, it might feel like a labor pain. In that prep work, it might feel lonely. In that prep work, it might feel like don't nobody love you. In the prep work, it might feel like nobody is supporting you. But keep on keeping on and be true to thyself. Because sometimes Creator will pluck you out, set you aside, take everything from you so that can work a new works in your life so that you can birth the nation of the empire that God has in store for you with the person you're supposed to be with. So what I've been saying for the last several months is, and I'm saying this out loud, like, he here. So Lisa, tell me what you told me a few months ago about love, about me. I'm being very transparent.
Real quick. If you're focusing on other things and not yourself, you're going to miss it. And so the point that you made about being able to say that, hey, I got to go, I got to do it. Some people will try to cause a problem or issue and find something wrong with the person and go to snooping and trying to see. And it's not about them. And the longer you try to find an issue and a problem before you leave, instead of having a courageous conversation and share. Lisa and I had that conversation during our transition to Mississippi. And God had to tell me to let her go so he could speak to her because I was a distraction for what he needed to say to her by herself.
Woo!
And so I couldn't make it. I couldn't make it about her not coming when I came. Right. No, I wasn't focused. God, why you got me here? And me and her had a courageous conversation. Everyone that's watching, and we said, "You're my person."
Right.
But right now,
no,
I gotta let go.
Let go. We had to let go. And this is in marriage.
This is marriage.
To let each other go. We had to allow each other to be. Allie, honestly, and I'm going to be very honest with you, I don't remember everything that I told you because it came directly from Spirit. So you can share what the Spirit said to you.
So this woman calls me one day all up in my business, messing with me. I'm over here minding my damn business.
Yeah.
She said, sis. First she sung a song. She recorded and sent me a song. And I still got that recording.
Oh.
She said, sis. That's how she called it. Hey, sis, got a minute? Say, yeah. She said, God wants you to know that the love is coming in your life. You remember now?
I do. The love is coming.
And it's going to be so fantastic, sis. And just perfect for you, sis. That you're going to forget about how lonely it's been. How challenging it's been. Because you took the time to work on you, sis. And you think God is not going to bring that dynamic love in your life.
I remember that.
So sometimes people, you just got to take the time to work on you, even if it's lonely, even if you get sad, even if it don't make no sense, and you got to walk away what you thought was the best thing to happen to you. Sometimes you got to let the person go. So I'm going through this divorce proceeding, talked to the soon-to-be ex, and we had a real courageous conversation again. He said, this is the hardest thing I had to do.
Wow.
It's to file, because I told him to file. I said, you file the divorce. He was in tears. He said, I know we haven't been in each other's, it's been almost 3 years, but I don't want to let you go. But let me tell you something. He said, I knew I had to let you go because there's so much life in you, and it's so much bigger for you. And I knew I couldn't keep up. And I didn't want to hold you back.
That's love.
And I love you enough to let you go.
That's love.
And he didn't know that God had told me where I'm taking you, he don't want to go. He can't go, and he's too old because my husband's old. And if something happens to him, you're going to stop the work that I have already planned for you to go take care of him. And he don't want that. He don't want you to stop. So when you talk about a courageous conversation, we didn't end on a bad note.
Right.
You can't.
We ended because God had a work for my life.
Right.
That has to be completed. And he didn't want to go.
Right.
And that didn't stop what God had already ordained. And God said, you don't need man to consecrate you, Allie.
Woo!
I did. So when you understand your purpose and your mission, whether that's with a partner or by yourself, and you walk in the expectancy of something great, it don't matter, because somebody needs to hear that, because they holding on to something that's a dead situation and it's like spoiled milk curtain up in your belly. That's why you're sick, because you're holding on to a situation that has to be cut. And sometimes, even though it hurts and you love the person and you don't think you can make it without them in that situation, God has already ordained what's to come. So I've been saying publicly for the last several months, and I'm prophesying right here on this live. And I know that my word will not come back void, because God said my word don't come back void.
Amen.
I know before the end of this year, it's a ring on this finger. I don't even know who it is. I don't have to know who it is.
You don't.
Because
you don't.
God has already ordained it. But I had to get out of my situation so that the person who was supposed to be in this space to hold it down could be open and readily available, and don't have to sit and wonder if I'm going to go back to my husband.
Right.
Don't have to sit and wonder if I'm going to have a change of heart. Don't have to sit and wonder, is what Benny said before, is somebody going to be trying to ex running up on you and trying to be up in the business. God said, I got to clear everything out the pathway. And if I clear it out the pathway, that means I might have to take the Benz, the Porsche, the house. You feel me? Mm-hmm. The friends, the family, the clothes. Take the job, take your health, because you're going to sit your ass down, Allie West, and acknowledge that I am God in your life, and you're going to submit to this, because somebody needs to hear this.
Surrender.
And surrender. And literally, 2 weeks ago, I surrendered to everything. I quit the contract life completely. I let everything go. Everything that I was holding on to that hurt, I let it go. I said, okay, I had the Porsche, then bring my Bentley, shit. Got rid of the Benz. I didn't have a Benz, a Porsche, a BMW, a Lexus. None of that matters if you don't have yourself. If you don't, God said God told me this morning, the reason I took everything is because you thought you did it and you didn't know that I did it. And so I had to strip you of everything, including $500,000 worth of wardrobe, because you would not walking in your power. You kept running from the gifts. So, running from your gifts and running from your purpose, God will strip you. It ain't no devil did it. It's you did it.
You did it.
You did it. Because you are the enemy inside of you.
Enemy.
You won't go in the inside and see what it is that you're supposed to be doing. So Bennie and Lisa, thank you for sharing your story so that I can be open to be real, because I don't speak on it. I don't talk about this situation. To be open to say, you can't start shit before you finish it. And if you are really want to have this love affair, you got to have it with yourself first. And you got to be able to face your own ugly truths and stop believing in beautiful lies, so that God can have that person that is already designed, orchestrated, consecrated for you to come through. So I want to say thank you, Fosters. Thank you, Bennie and Lisa. Thank you, Lisa, for having real conversations with me. Thank you, Bennie, for getting your wife to Atlanta so that we can meet. Oh. Y'all, they walked in and they was matching from head to toe. I said, they gotta make that just cute. I just watched y'all that whole day, and I watched how y'all interact and how y'all are there for each other. And God knows that everybody has ups and downs, sideways and turns, but the love that I was able to see, y'all didn't know. The day before the event, I cut a cord from somebody. I was like, you can't be who it is that I need you to be. I can't do this anymore. And I let it go. Nancy said, you are wearing green for the reason, the heart chakra and purple. It was absolutely,
yes,
Nancy.
Yes.
Nancy's so family. God made me change. I had on black and white. And God said, put on green and purple because it is that heart space. Like yesterday, my favorite aunt, my dad's last sister, transitioned 20 minutes. I got the call 20 minutes before I had to go teach a class.
Wow.
My dad has one sibling left. My mother is the last in her family. Somebody has to carry the torch. And I realized that I was carrying today other people's wounds. And today I let go of everybody's bullshit. Everybody's. All my family bullshit, friend bullshit, my own. And I just said, God, it's time. So them birthing pains, them rabbits, them cardinals.
Yes.
Keep birthing what y'all doing.
Yes.
I would love to, y'all don't have to answer me here. This is spirit moving. I would love to partner with you guys and teach a class together. I mean, maybe the kind of the, hey guys, y'all teaching it. I'm just, hey, I'm truly the hey. And I want to work together with you guys on relationships and teaching people how to first love themselves. That's my whole thing. I teach people how to love themselves unconditionally, radically. And then I want to partner with you all to help teach people how to love each other. And I would love to work on some curriculum with you guys to teach not one class, because it's not a one and done, but teach some courses so that we can get people out the way of their own selves and walk into their power and walk into their purpose and to be in divine relationship, because it's been too long for women against women and women against men and men against women and men. And let's show love, because the way that we're going to do this thing, now don't get me wrong, I'm a healer, but don't push me. If we got to, I ain't going to start it, but I'll finish that shit if necessary. We got to embrace all parts of us. However, if we can teach people how to love themselves emphatically, so that when they come into a relationship, they can be on screen and everybody in here see y'all radiating together, even in the midst of the crap that goes on. So you don't have to answer tonight. We could talk about it later. But I would love to partner with you guys and teach some courses on getting people where they need to be, because we are bringing love for it. We're bringing collaboration for it.
Yes.
Any last words before we go? Hey, Peace Jason. Guys, thank you for coming in. Thank y'all for rolling with us.
Thank you all. Everyone who did join the live. For those of you who are on the first live and those of you who are on the live now, we want to say thank you. We send gratitude to you and thank you for holding this space with us. And it is so important for all of us to identify and work on your own true self-awareness. Allow yourself to expand in you, with you, through you, as you on this earth. All of us have come with that special code, that special identity that makes this world a better place. It's you. We all have individual superpower. I talked about this with some kids last week, and we all have that superpower. We all have our own unique essence that makes us one and all. We are all and all are one. That's us. We all have that special, unique piece that add to this great all one presence that's here right now. And so it is amazing that when you show up, that you are the answer to a question that someone else has asked. So continue to show up, be authentic, be real, be the person that you are. And as you continue to do that, let your light so shine, so that men will be drawn on unto themselves, because that's who you need to be drawn to. You, the real you, the authentic you, the creator you. It's you.
I want to add, definitely follow Lisa.Foster. Lisa.Foster us, right?
It's LisaFoster.us.
She just changed it. I'm used to saying Zen Boss Lady. And I'm Bennie Foster, your mentorship coach. You can follow me at Open House Vision, which is so much more than our 501c3. This is what I know, ladies and gentlemen. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. If you change your language, you will change your life. If you can hold the illustration, the image, the vision of who you desire to be in your mind, that manifested blessing will happen. But it will happen with turbulence. It will happen with travail. It will happen to let you know that the process is happening. Change, listen, there's no change without conflict, and there's no conflict that does not bring change. You have to make up your mind which side of the change you will be on. Don't let change bulldoze you. Mount up, ride out, grab the mane, ride it bareback if you have to. Understand that there is a process for you to become who you desire to be. If there's a desire, it's because it's something that you want. And if you want it, you can get it if you go after it. If you just believe it in your mind, no matter what they're saying, no matter what they're talking. When my family and Lisa family, when they met us, we were married.
That's how they met.
I love it.
We were married, and we said to them, I hope you like her. I said, I hope you like her, mama, because she your daughter-in-law. I told my sister, I hope you like her because she's your sister-in-law. Y'all gonna get married? No, we're married.
Because we made a decision and moved forward.
So some of us have allowed judgment on something that we need to do, and we don't even know what we're doing. We don't even know the full package of what needs to happen. So I want to encourage people, this is how the Creator works. You be obedient to what you're being told to do. And it's like that secret agent movie. Go to the phone booth, close the door, and dial 0. Until you go to that phone booth, close the door, and dial 0, you will not get instructions on the mission. So until you do that last thing that you were told to do, you actually have the Creator at bay. He's yielding to your will. Until you comply, you're going to be stuck like Chuck where you are. Okay? But once you comply, it will be up and it will be stuck. Okay? It's not coming back down. God bless everybody.
All right. With that being said, I want to leave you guys with this. I appreciate you guys coming on. We will do this again. Look at your schedules. This is for y'all. This is something you said, Benny. Got to regulate.
Regulators!
Mount up. Listen, this is the 8th week of the Soul Boutique, and we had our special guest, the dynamic duo, the Fosters came up in this place, and we had a great time. Even though we got kicked off, we did part 2, and they will be back, and we are just having a great time here. And they already told you guys how to reach out to them. If nothing else, DM them here. Find out if they want you. You like what they said. Make sure to give them a follow. If you want to work with them, they have some amazing things that are happening. And guys, this is what I need you guys to do for me because God is moving. Follow me on YouTube because I know things are getting ready to move. I'm not going to be on here as much, but I'm here now. And so Allie West on YouTube, guys. Let me tell you, thank you for sticking with us. We appreciate you, Fosters. We are glad that you came. I love you both dearly. Thank you for being in agreement and in alignment with this. And let's talk soon. Guys, thank y'all for coming. I'm giving y'all flowers while you're here. I love y'all. It's nothing y'all can do about it.
Thank you, Allie.
And thank you for a wonderful, amazing week 8. With the dynamic duo,
thank you so much,
Bennie and Lisa Foster.
Thank you.
I love you guys.
Bye-bye, guys.
Love y'all.
Bless respect.
Mwah. See you guys later. Till next time. And all you guys that checked in, woo, if you missed that first one, oh well, but the second was good and they'll be back. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed that sneak peek behind the scene footage.